Pluma students, and welcome to the second half of our Faith Ringgold art lesson. Last week we started our art lesson talking about this book, Tar Beach, that is written by Faith Ringgold, and it is based on a quilt that she sewed together and also painted. And here is a photograph of Faith Ringgold in front of her quilt that she created. And this is the actual quilt with Cassie and her family on the roof of their home. And you can see all the quilt squares going around it. You can see the George Washington Bridge in the background, and you can even see a little figure flying over the bridge. All right, so last week we did the background of our quilt, and today we're going to add a flying figure that will be going all over the city to explore and to dream and to claim anything that this person flies over as their own. So last week when we left off, we got this far. We had not yet added color to our drawing. So we're going to start today by adding color, and then we are going to draw the flying figure. So let's get started. Quilts are usually very colorful, so we're going to use lots of different colors on our quilt, especially when we're doing these simple patterns that we drew around the top and the bottom. So I'm going to start with those, and you can use any colors that you like. I'm going to use colored pencils. You may use crayons or markers, whatever you like. But I am just going to start with the top and the bottom, just trading off different colors. And I want to be, like I said, as colorful as possible. But this is your quilt, so you can design it any way you like. There are quilts that are just red and black, or just yellow, orange, and purple. So you get to choose, as the artist, how you would like your quilt to look, how many different colors you want to use, what patterns you want to use them in. Okay, I'm going to pause the video and then we'll come back to color the city. Okay, I have finished coloring my top border of quilt squares and my bottom border of quilt squares, and now I'm going to color the sky with a blue, and I'm going to color everything blue except for the stars. So even the bridge, because it's a steel frame and then cables, I'm going to color right over it, like you can see the night sky through, right if you look through the bridge, because it's not a solid bridge, it has spaces in it that would show sky. But I'm going to go around my stars, my circles, because I'm going to come back and add yellow into those circles for the stars. When I color, I don't really worry about going the same direction all the time. Some people really like to make sure that they're always coloring in one direction because it looks neater. I actually kind of like the way it looks when there's different directions, because I think it kind of could look more like the air is moving, maybe there's wind, there's different textures, maybe more light in some places in the sky or light coming from a different direction. So I am totally okay with having lines that go up and down, lines that go side to side. That's just my artistic style. You can decide what your artistic style is, if you like it all in one direction, or if you like it going different directions. You can even overlap different directions to give it even more texture. And like we've done in the past, you can go over with different shades too. So if I wanted to use a lighter shade of blue and just kind of add some highlights, that looks really interesting. But remember, it is nighttime, so we want to use a darker blue. We could even go through with maybe some gray and add some shading to the night. Maybe those are clouds or just places in the sky that aren't as lit up. But I do love, love, love to overlap colors. All right, I'm really happy with my night sky. Maybe a little bit more under here. And then I think we are ready for our stars. So for the stars, I am actually going to color inside of the circle, but also around the outside. So I'm not trying to stay in the lines here. I want the stars to look like they are shining or illuminated, that they are going outside of their border, so that they have a little halo or a little glow around them. And I think that Faith Ringgold did that in her. If you look at her stars, you can kind of see, I don't know if I'm close enough, but you can see there's a ring around each star where it's illuminated or shining. Oops, I forgot this whole section of sky over here. Gotta go back and do it. So even under the bridge, we're still seeing sky because the bridge is up high. Okay, and now I'm ready to color my buildings. Faith Ringgold colored her buildings in all different colors. And I love how she has all the different shades of green and peach and blues. So we are going to do that too. Let's see, let's start with green for this tall building. We're going to color the top of it, which will look a little bit more shaded since we added those black lines, or those lines with our pencil last time. We're going to go around the windows. And you can decide when we get to the windows if you want the windows to be lit up or if you would like them to be dark. We'll talk a little bit more about that when we get to the windows. I decided to do yellow for this next building. I'm going to do the sides and the top just like I did with the green building. Go around my windows. And let's see, maybe a peach color for this one. You can choose any colors you want to. Again, I'm overlapping and going in different directions, and I feel like the surface of a building wouldn't be smooth. It would be bumpy or stubbly, or you might be able to see different textures on it, so I actually like that it's going in different directions. And I think I'm going to use gold for my last building, but this actually looks more like a greenish yellow. Alright, I'm just about done with my buildings, background. I'm going to make my buildings dark. Or another thing you could do is you could do some windows dark and some windows lit up. So like, let's say everyone's asleep in this house, so I'll darken these, if it's an apartment building, darken these windows, but maybe somebody got up late and they're still awake, and so the light's on in this window. So I'm gonna make that one yellow. This one I'm going, in my imagination, it's an office building, so everybody's gone home for the evening. So I'm gonna make the windows dark, which I'm just using a gray color to darken in the windows. And I feel like maybe somebody's awake in this home too. So this bedroom is dark, and this one is dark, and this one is dark. Somebody is awake in this one, so there's going to be a light on in that one. Okay, and we just have one more building left. I'm going to do a lit up room for this window and a lit up room for this window. And then the rest are going to be lights out, everyone's gone or gone to bed. Okay, there we go. Now we are ready to add our flying figure. And you can decide if you want to draw yourself, or if you want to draw your sister or a friend, or just even a person that you just make up in your mind. So we're going to get a new piece of paper, and I am going to use a Sharpie to draw my person, but you can use a pencil or a colored pencil or whatever works for you. So I'm going to, my person's going to be little, not tiny, but you know, about this size. I don't need the whole page because I don't want my figure to cover up the entire picture. I just want my figure to be floating through the city. So I am going to start up here at the top, and I'm going to make the letter U, and that is the face of my person. And here I drew a boy, but this time I'm going to draw a girl. You can do either one. These are the eyebrows, and then underneath I'm going to do just some black circles for eyes. Very simple face. A little half triangle for the nose, and just kind of a little side smile for the mouth. Then for the hair, I'm going to do curls because I have curly hair. I'm going to do it kind of going out in different directions as if that I'm flying and my hair is getting blown around. So I'm going to make it look really crazy. And for the boy, I tried to make his kind of sticking up and blowing back too. Okay, I think that looks great. For the neck, I'm just going to do a curved line on each side of the chin. And then the collar of the shirt is a smile line. It's just barely curved. And we're going to do 2 horizontal lines coming out. These are the shirt sleeves. And then a vertical line and a vertical line. Those are the edges of the sleeves. And then a horizontal line coming back in, and a horizontal line coming back in here. So these are the sleeves of the shirt, and then out from the sleeves, my arms are extended because I'm floating. I'm just going to give each hand 5 fingers. Doesn't have to be perfect. And then now I'm ready to do this bottom part of my body that's flying through the air. So I'm going to do a big happy face, a big smile line. So that is the top of my shirt, or the bottom of my shirt, and then my pants going out behind me. And let's see, let's do between my fingers, I'm going to do another line. So you can't see this part of my back or the back of my leg because it's hidden behind my hand. And I'm going to, let's see, I'm going to make my shirt sleeve, or the bottom of my shirt come from my sleeve, right there, so it's just a straight line down. And I'm going to give myself 2 pant legs, and my legs are going to be slightly apart. So a curved smile line here, and then a curved smile line here, and then a little shoe, like the letter U, but kind of turned on its side, coming out of each of my pant legs for my shoes. Okay. That looks great. I love how she's flying, and I'm ready to color her. So I'm going to give her bright colors to match Faith Ringgold's bright colors in her quilt. And maybe some pink pants, even though I don't think I own any pink pants, but maybe you do. You can make your clothes any way you want, any color you want. You don't have to do pants and a t-shirt. You can do a long sleeve shirt or shorts, whatever you think is best. Give my shoes some color. And I'm going to give my hair a little bit of color too, some brown. And this is just very loose, so I'm just kind of coloring right over those black squiggly lines that I had done earlier. And I'm not even trying to make it look perfect. I'm not trying to fill it in. It's okay if it goes outside of those lines, because if you remember, my hair is pretty crazy and curly and big, so I'm fine with the picture looking crazy and curly and big too. I'm going to add a little bit of blonde in there. That's some lighter color, just to get some more texture. Okay, and now I'm ready to color my skin. I'm going to use kind of like a peach color. You can use any color you want. I'm just going to go really lightly so it looks more like a skin tone. Alright, and there she is. She looks so good. Okay, now what we're going to do is, instead of cutting me out or cutting your figure out, we are going to tear the figure out. And that is because I want it to look more dreamlike. Just like when Cassie was laying up on her roof, dreaming. I think the torn edges kind of give that idea of being a little more dreamlike, not as crystal clear and perfect as like a cut edge. I'm going to go very carefully, just a little bit of ripping at a time. Does not have to be perfect. In fact, I don't want it to be perfect. I'm totally okay if it doesn't go exactly right. But I think if you tear a little bit at a time, it's a little easier to control than if you tear big portions at a time. Let me go around my hair. All right, and there I am. I'm all torn out. Now I want to add a sky around me. It doesn't even have to be the same blue that we used before. It can be a different blue, because I'm like in a different space since I'm moving around and I'm in front of the buildings and the bridge. So it's okay if it's a different shade of blue. But I just kind of want to make those edges blend into the picture a little bit more. And see here how I did all different directions? I just love the way that looks, like maybe the night sky is moving. There's wind. Of course there's wind because I'm flying. Okay, and we'll just get these legs and feet. All right, and there I am. Now I am flying over New York, just like Cassie. If you want to, you can attach this with glue or tape if you have it, or you can just keep it loose and she can just explore. She can go upside down, she can turn in a circle. Oh, I kind of like her going that direction. I think if I was going to attach it, I'd put it right there, because I just like the way she's kind of going up. Looks like maybe she's going over the bridge. All right, so that is our project for today. Faith Ringgold, her quilt that she created, and this book, Tar Beach. I hope you guys have enjoyed the lesson, and I will see you soon. Bye-bye.